Welcome to Day 5 of 9th grade ELA. I'll be walking you through our pre-work for Lesson 6. So today's objective and proving behavior is, students will be able to analyze theme in a fiction short story. So what is theme? Theme is the central underlying and controlling idea or insight of a work of literature. It is also the idea the writer wishes to convey about the topic, the writer's view of the world or revelation about human nature. What theme is not? Theme is not expressed in a single word, or it's not the main idea. So you might be wondering why theme cannot be one word. Well, it is because each story is different. For example, if love is a topic or subject of two novels, a major theme in one of the novels could be love, if taken to extremes, can be negative rather than positive, while in the other novel, love can conquer even the greatest evil. Notice that the topic and subject is the same, but the messages about the topic and subject are different in different works. Here are some common topics and subjects for theme. It includes compassion, courage, death and dying, honesty, loyalty, perseverance, importance of family, benefits of hard work, power of love, friendship, revenge, and redemption. Keep a lookout while you're reading to see if any of these common topics and subjects come up in our reading for today. How is theme introduced? So look for clues in dialogue, description, setting, symbols, or repeated language. Let's start reading. As you read on your own, I want you to ask yourself, what is the main problem the character is facing? What lesson did the main character learn? And what message can you take away from the story? I want you to pause the video right now and read all of Ruthless. It is easier to understand theme when you know how the story ends. Once you are finished reading the short story, come back and continue watching the video. Okay, great, you're back. I'll be highlighting sections of the text to help us answer these 3 questions. Okay, so the part I want to highlight is paragraph 2. We're going to start with not even. So, not even his wife was allowed to have a key, for Judson Webb loved his personal possessions and felt a sense of deep outrage if they were touched by any hand but his own. The closet door stood open. He had been packing his things away for the winter, and in a few minutes would be driving back to civilization. So, let's pause here. So we learned something about Judson Webb and one of his character flaws. We notice that he feels a sense of deep outrage if they were touched by any hand but his own. So, this shows that he doesn't like anyone to disturb his possessions, and he gets very angry when someone does. Let's read another section to see what we can find out. "Judson," she exclaimed, "you're not taking a drink at 10 o'clock in the morning." "You wrong me, my dear," he chuckled. "I'm not taking anything out of this bottle. I am merely putting a little kick into it." His closed hand opened, and he put upon the table 2 tiny white pellets as he started to uncork the whiskey. Her eyes narrowed as she watched him. She had learned to dread that tone of his voice. It was the tone he used when he was planning to put something over in a business deal. "Whoever broke into my closet last winter and stole my liquor will probably try it again once we are out of here," he went on. "Only this time he'll wish he hadn't." She caught her breath at the cruel vindictiveness of his manner as one by one he dropped the tablets into the bottle and held it up to watch them dissolve. "What are they?" she asked. "Something to make him sick?" "And how?" He seemed fascinated as he saw the genial bourbon change into a lethal dose. "At least no one has found an antidote. Once it's down its curtains," he corked his bottle vengeance and set it back on the shelf alongside the little whiskey glass. "Everything nice and handy," he remarked approvingly. "Now, Mr. Thief, when you break in, drink hearty. I won't begrudge you this one." The woman's face was pale. "Don't do it, Judson," she gasped. "It's horrible. It's murder." Let's pause here. So, what is the problem the main character is facing? The problem that Judson is facing is that a thief broke in and stole his whiskey, and now he wants revenge. Now we'll move on to the ending. Alec was coming up from the lake and waved to him from a distance. A chipmunk, hearing Judson's heavy tread, abandoned the acorn he was about to add to his store within the cabin wall and disappeared like an electric bulb burning out. Judson, reaching for his boots, stepped fairly upon the acorn. His foot slid from under him, and his head struck the massive table as he fell. Several minutes later he began to regain his senses. Alec's strong arm was supporting his as he lay on the porch, and a kindly voice was saying, "It wasn't much of a fall, Mr. Webb. You aren't cut none, just knocked out for a minute. Here, take this, it'll put you together." A small whiskey glass was pressed to his lips. Dazed and half conscious, he drank. Let's recap what just happened. So Judson wanted to poison the thief, but he ended up drinking the poisoned whiskey instead. Now for our last two questions, what lesson did the main character learn? And what message can you take away from the story? So the lesson he learned is that there are consequences if you take justice into your own hands. The message I take away from the story is that those who take extreme revenge will be punished. Now that we talked about the text, let's talk about steps. To write a theme statement, you want to make sure your statement can answer the question, what does the author think and what are they trying to tell the readers? And the way to do this is to follow these 3 steps. 1. Identify the big idea or topic in the text. 2. Analyze what the author is trying to say about the topic. And 3. Provide evidence to support your claim about what the evidence teaches readers. In other words, provide evidence for your theme statement. If you're having trouble coming up with a theme statement, here is a template to help you. So you can have here, you start off your sentence, the central theme of, then you put the title of the story, is, then you explain what you think the author's position on the topic is here, you place your evidence, and then explanation of your evidence is your 3rd sentence. So I'll show you how this looks. I know it's a little confusing, but I'll show you how it looks with our question. So what is the theme in the text? Use quotes and details from the text to support your answer. So in order for me to write my theme statement, I have to know what the author's position on the topic is. Well, you should probably start off by knowing what our topic is. So let me go back to the slide with the list of common topics and subjects for theme. So out of all of these common topics and subjects for theme, I think the story of Ruthless is about revenge. So I'm going to come back here to the question and answer. So the central theme of Ruthless is that one who takes extreme revenge will be punished. So that's what I believe the author's position is that one who takes extreme revenge will be punished. Now I have to provide text evidence to support my answer. I'm going to give a little bit more context to what I'm talking about. So Judson Webb sought revenge on the thief that was drinking his whiskey. He was taking it to an extreme level by putting rat poisoning in the drink. So that's what I mean by extreme level. Now I can add my text evidence. The author wrote, a small whiskey glass was pressed to Judson's lips. Dazed and half conscious, he drank. And now I have to explain my evidence. So this will be my last sentence. This quote proves how when taking revenge to an extreme level, you will be punished because he ended up killing himself. And congrats everyone! We have officially finished reading our last text of the summer. Now I want you to review all the texts we have done this summer because the theme statement you write in class can be from any one of the texts we have covered.